Hey everybody, Larry here, Boxcars Garage. So we're going to do a quick vlog to get updated. This weekend, my primary project took a secondary direction. So let's get into it. So if you happen to watch last week's video, you know I got jammed up on the A-pillar. I was trying to figure out how to accommodate the hinges, and they're so bad. On the passenger side, I had to ask for some information out there, and I had to look and study this driver's side. So we came up with the way ahead on those that basically told me how I needed to make those A-pillars. You know, if you don't remember how bad my A-pillars were, they were really bad. So instead of trying to save them, we're just gonna make new A-pillars. So we started on those. I got to looking at how far do I want to take this A-pillar down to the bottom before I stop it. Then I started looking at this cowl area. If I had my cowl patch in place, that would let me know exactly how far the A-pillar drops down, because it's going to end up tying in to that bottom of that cowl. So I thought, well, I'll just make a cowl patch. And I need most of it. You can see it's routed out here on the bottom. That body line detail there, I had to figure out how I was going to make that. I knew I was going to use my power hammer, but I didn't have a die set for it. I went ahead, started working on my my templates, my design, and I even cut the metal and put some shape in the metal on the Old English wheel, because I knew I needed to get some shape in it before I get started. So I got that, but then I kind of stalled on how am I going to make this detail, this raised body line detail. How am I going to pull that off? So then I decided I needed to make a set of dies. And making this die set took me about 3/4 of a day. But they turned out okay. I'll show you the results here in a second. I just used some scrap that was laying around the shop, and a lot of filing and a lot of checking back and forth. This is the piece that I made from it. This was my test piece. I didn't put a lot of work on the ends of it. But you know, test wise, I thought it turned out fine. I went and I put it against this door, kind of how it's going to naturally set, and I thought, yeah, I could make that work. So, but I had another issue, and that was, how do I keep my work stable when I'm feeding it through? And what I decided I needed was a fence. And for a hammered design that's got some shape to it, like this has got an arc to it, I thought my fence needs to have a pivot point in the center, and that center needs to be aligned with my die set. And if I hold the work, and maintain the work at 90 degrees while I'm feeding it through, and let me see if I can balance it there, and I give myself enough of a tail past the work to where I can replicate the same arc or design that the hammer travel is going to be going. If I could keep it on that point, I could roll it straight through, and I think they're called, like, back in the day they used to have like a pentagraph, kind of like the same sort of design, you know, it follows a template and then it does something on the other side. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking it's called. This is going to be kind of like that. My my roller, I haven't figured out how I'm going to install it yet, but it's going to be something like that right there, and it'll just roll along that face. So that's my roller design there. I just did that with scrap in the shop. Have no idea what this was for, but I thought, hey, that looks pretty cool. It's pretty uber compared to really what I need, but why not? And then I've got these tracks that the arms are going to project from, and those bolts lock it down. I need some that slippery plasticky stuff on the inside of there to where I can slide this out nice. I don't have that yet. Right now this is just loosely in the ballpark of where it should be, but that's what it's going to happen to it. That's going to be the treatment. Now I'd also like to have like a standard fence, like you'd have like a table saw, a straight fence, and that straight fence would operate the same way, go in and out, but it would allow me to do details that were oriented, you know, lengthwise. So I don't know if that fence is going to integrate with this roller, or if you're going to take the roller off and put the fence on. The second option might be an easier option, but we shall see. I'm not there yet. Then we'll go ahead and get this patch formed in the next video and probably cleat in position, and then we'll roll on to this A-pillar. It'll go down to the patch, and we will start rocking and rolling again on the Crusty 36. I've got a fair amount of work that has to happen on the inside as well. This is another piece. This whole inside lower area is another piece, but it's the only thing supporting this portion of the cow right now, so I really don't want to get into it. But let me turn you around, we'll sign off. So that's about it. Apologies, you know, things happen, and we are making some progress getting closer to a solution that will help us get the cowl and the A-pillar squared away. It just takes time. If you drop by, check out and see what's going on. Thank you, I appreciate you. All my subs, you know I appreciate you. We'll keep them coming. You guys be safe. Take care.